could you give me your favorite thing about America in your best American accents?
So I really like when I go to theme parks and I can ride the roller coasters and I can have a drink or a nice walk.
The fast food here, KFC, McDonald's, and Red Rooster.
You guys could just come back to the WWE or something as new characters. You could just be Americans this time.
The American IIconics.
The American IIconics. G'day and welcome to the Big Down Under podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton, and today on the podcast, I'm talking to the IIconics, which are Jessie McKay and Cassie Lee. They are a tag team duo who won the championship in the WWE. They were the first Aussies to ever do it. They were wrestlers in Australia, doing sort of amateur stuff there. Then they got the big call up, came over here, competed and won titles in the WWE, and now they're just living their lives over in Florida, kind of mounting a little bit of a comeback because these girls are still in fighting shape and doing various stuff in wrestling. It's been really interesting talking to them about their entirety of their careers, spanning from Australia then over here to the US, the differences that people from both countries have when it comes to wrestling, how the fans are different, if the fans are nerdier in one country or the other. So it really was a pleasure getting to know these two girls. So without further ado, here are the IIconics. You guys must have been friends now for many, many years. What's your meet cute? When did you spot lucky eyes on the gym floor and decide that...
It probably was the gym floor at Westfield Sports High School back in 2005.
Interesting.
We went to high school together.
Right. You were both in the wrestling team at high school?
There's no wrestling.
No, I was there for basketball and Cass was a dancer, but we were the only two wrestling fans in the whole school. So naturally, we kind of gravitated and eventually became at the same pro wrestling training school.
Mm-hmm.
And it very much was a meet cute. We just found each other and was and we've been best friends ever since.
That's amazing. It must have been interesting for your classmates that these two beautiful girls, they're into wrestling. Usually it's kind of the guys who love it and they play with the dolls, and these two beautiful girls, they're the ones in WWE. Was that a bit of a different thing at your school?
It was definitely, and I would say it was probably more of the ugly duckling back then,
Just point that out too.
Yeah, I more so got teased for being such a big wrestling fan, and I will say I used to talk about it nonstop. It had to have been annoying for people, So, but actually in high school, she's 3 years older than me, but she was 4 years ahead of me in school. So she was the senior and I was intimidated by her. And we had this rivalry, an unspoken rivalry of who was the bigger wrestling fan. So it wasn't until we started training together that we became best friends. There was more of a rivalry that our relationship started with.
That's interesting.
The foundation was built on.
Why do you think wrestling fans get teased? I feel WWE fans get teased more than just about fans of anything else. Why do you think that is?
Gosh, it's such... I don't know. I can probably guess. It's just wrestling fans are just passionate. They are extremely passionate. So I think that kind of, I don't know, stems or comes across in a way that people think is weird or unusual. Yeah. But I mean, we all have something weird and unusual about us. So, and I used to get teased as well in high school about being a wrestling fan. I think unless you're in it and you understand, you just have this appreciation for the sport and the entertainment side of it, I don't think people really understand it. But the fans are amazing. I mean, they, like I said, they're just extremely passionate about the business and the performers and the entertainers and the wrestlers and every aspect of it.
Right. I feel like wrestling is probably cooler today than it's ever been. It's just so big. It's such a big brand, and like now these mainstream celebrities are becoming wrestlers. Do you feel like you kind of missed out on like the heyday of like, it feels like it's like bigger than ever?
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think like the wrestlers now are getting more mainstream opportunities in like Hollywood, for example. Whereas when Jess and I were on the main roster on SmackDown and Raw, you really weren't allowed to take on any of those extra opportunities. So even if we were presented with something, we wouldn't have been able to take it. So I do think we've sort of missed that. But hey, now we're on the outside and we can say yes or no to any opportunity that comes our way.
Totally, totally. And you guys go down in history as, what is it? You're the first tag team Aussies to win a championship. Is that it?
Well, yeah.
At WrestleMania, yeah.
Yeah. There was something to this. No, there was some cool stat about it.
I know you were the
Which I know
first.
you're referring to.
I know you were the first. And I also looked up like with AI, and they said that you guys, behind Rhea Ripley, you guys are the biggest ever in the WWE for Aussies.
Yeah, I mean, we can just go ahead and put us on the same bar as Rhea Ripley. We don't need to be under her.
Okay. Yeah. Facts.
But I'd say, yeah, you're damn right we are. I mean, we won the Women's Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. There's very few people that can say that they've won a championship at WrestleMania, and we are one of them. And, you know, we fought for women's tag team wrestling ever since we were signed to WWE. That was always like the dream and the passion of ours. So, you know, we made it to WWE and we reached like the pinnacle of our career in those championships. So we're just bloody awesome. You know?
Yeah. Agreed. You guys did set out to do something from the other side of the world, and then you did achieve the dream. Like you became champs. Like that's pretty remarkable coming from little old Australia to conquer your industry.
Yeah. No, that's true. Where are you from in Australia?
I was born and raised in Canberra, but no American knows or has heard of Canberra. So when they ask, I just say Melbourne. Yeah, I just say Melbourne.
Oh, don't say Melbourne.
Say Melbourne.
Sydney, mate.
That's funny.
Come on now.
Seriously, no American knows the capital of Australia. I've never found one.
That doesn't surprise me.
To be honest with you, I don't think many Australians know that.
Right. So how did you guys feel like when you were living in Australia? Then you move out here, you get like recruited to WWE out here. You got here, it must have been a bit of culture shock. How did you find America like in the early days?
I don't really feel like there wasn't much of a culture shock. Because we just jumped right into work. Like we got here and we started work the very next week. And it was everything that we had dreamt of. So it wasn't much of a shock to us. It was more of like what we had expected. And we just had so much fun with adapting to our new lifestyle. It was a good time. I have good memories from when we first moved here 10 years ago now.
Wow.
I know, crazy. I will say the only thing like is our accents were a lot stronger back then. I mean, I try to really work on mine.
Do you?
But everyone just doesn't understand what we're saying. Yeah. We're repeating. We ask for a cup of water. They look at us for 5 minutes. They're like, I'm sorry, what? And I'm like, just a cup of water, mate. And they're like, and we got to repeat. So that happened for like years, even in like training and stuff. Wrestling's universal, but some things are called different in Australia to America. So it was just, I guess, like the language barrier or whatever you want to call it.
How did you work on your accent? What did you do?
So I have like my own little trick. My dad is the Aussiest person you will ever meet in your life.
Okay.
Just a true blue bloke. So whenever I feel like I'm losing it, I FaceTime him and he'll be like, oh yeah, how you going, Jesse? What's going on? How you doing? Wait, what's crack, mate? Yeah, give him help. Go give him help. How's Casso? How's she doing, mate? Yeah, you good? So whenever I feel like I need to just get like a top up, I call my dad and he's great.
That's amazing because like I've lived over here for 12 years now and I know that I got my job because I'm Australian. If I was an American, would not have got my job. So I felt like a little pressure to hold on to my accent. So if I notice that I say something like I noticed, Cass, you said new just then, new instead of new. You know, you said new. I know. I always,
As in like NEW?
yeah, just like you did it with it sounded like with the U that Americans do.
Oh, no, we'll have to edit that out.
All right,
No.
if I notice myself or, an Australian, slipping up, I will, remind myself, we don't do that. We don't slip up.
No.
No. Do you think that you guys owe a lot of your success to being Aussie?
That's tough to say. I'm going to say no. When we signed our WWE deals, there were two other Australians who had done it before us. That was Emma or Tennille Dashwood and Buddy Matthews.
Right.
So really, we didn't have much of they paved the way for us. But now, there's like 20 Aussies or something signed.
So many.
Yeah, so many. So I feel like as time has gone on, like more of a spotlight has been shone on Australian pro wrestling, which makes me very happy because the talent there is outstanding and they don't get enough recognition. But at the time, like 10 years ago, I wouldn't say that being an Aussie was in our favor.
Is that right?
Because it just, like, you got to think there's visas and there's so much hoopla to jump through.
Oh, it's an impediment.
It's far easier just to sign a talent who looks like us from America, who they can just move from interstate. So I wouldn't say it helped. Do you think that, Jess?
I actually don't know. It's a great question. I think in some instances, when you say you're Australian, people go, "Oh, really?" Like there's an interest when you say you're from Australia because it's on the other side of the damn world and it's desert and we've got kangaroos and all that stuff, all that good stuff. So I think when you do say you're Australian, I think people are interested in it more. But I mean, Cass and I worked I don't know if I can say asses. I'll say butts if I'm allowed to.
No, you can say whatever.
We worked our bloody asses off for years and years and years and years. So I think even if we weren't Australian, we would have made our dreams come true. That's just the type of people that we are.
Love that.
But yeah, I definitely think it gives us like a little, we're Aussie, like a little something.
I think that's the case now, but I don't think that helped us get to where we are. Like, I love what you said, that even if we weren't Australian, we would have made our dreams come true. I love that. Yeah. That's a headline right there.
That's the headline. That's the headline.
That's it, guys.
Now, I asked this to everybody on the show. Could you give me your favorite thing about America in your best American accents?
My favorite thing about America. About America. Give me a second.
You're not struggling with the accents. You're struggling to think of your favorite thing about America, right?
Mate, we do acting. We've been in dialect classes for years. Mate. We're primed and ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, I think I've got one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so I really like when I go to theme parks and I can ride the roller coasters and I can have a drink or a nice walk and really see the rides and attractions. I love that.
That's really good. Maybe best I've had on this
really?
show. And you're not even one of the actors. They're very good. That was really good.
Someone book me for a job, please. Yes.
All right, let's see you now, Cass.
I would say my probably favorite thing about America is just the fast food here. There are far more options here than there are in, KFC, McDonald's, and Red Rooster. But there are more options here, which I like.
You guys could just come back to the WWE or something as new characters. You could just be Americans this time.
Oh my God. The American IIconics.
American IIconics. I could see that. I
love it.
So how else do you hold on to your sense of national identity you live in Orlando, both of you.
Yeah.
What do you do? You eat Vegemite or what do you do?
Yeah, actually, I just, I'm so excited about this. I just bought a clothesline.
Oh, like an old-fashioned spin around.
Okay, no, it's going to be a wall-mounted one. But regardless, everyone here just uses the dryer. But I'm so excited to hang my clothes on the line with pegs.
I haven't realized that. A clothesline, not American. Are they kind of Australian or somewhere? Do they have
you ever seen one?
I don't believe I have, but it's never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I agree. Yeah.
I love it.
What about you, Jess?
Well, first of all, I love Vegemite. I had it this morning and I give it to my son on toast every morning. He loves it. It's great.
You got to get your son Australian. You know what I mean? I'm raising two American little kids and I
I
feel
don't
it.
know. My son, he's gonna be having that Aussie accent. He's already munching down on Vegemite, which is it's an acquired taste. Start him off early.
Yeah.
We went back in February and he was like smashing sausage rolls, having Glory Jeans, not coffee, but he was like eating it all up. So I was like so proud.
That's awesome.
I've forgotten the question. All that fun.
Just how do you hold on to your Australianness? I guess you've shown.
I have, but I also have my Australian driver's license still. That's valid. So that's something I like to look at sometimes.
Oh, interesting. What, you've lived over here 10 years and your Aussie driver's license still works?
Yes. So the year after we moved here, we were back in Australia for, I think like a NXT loop or something. And I renewed my license, and I didn't know this. I renewed it for 10 years. I didn't know that was like possible. So I did it, and I've still got it. And I think that's just like, I love looking at it sometimes. It's just fun.
You ever got pulled over and had to show the cop the idea, and he's like, what is this?
No, thank goodness, no. I should do that next time, though.
You should. You probably think it's some sort of fake, like, where is this from?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there an Australian celebrity who you think would be good in the WWE? Like, obviously, we've seen, like, Logan Paul and other celebrities try their hand. Is there an Aussie you think that could get in the ring?
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Liam Hemsworth, but I
was going to say the Hemsworth brothers, for sure.
Yeah.
They could be a duo.
A little faction. All three of them,
I'm trying to think of them.
Oh, that would be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
They could have a Royal Rumble.
Manage them.
Royal Rumble would be good. I also think anyone from the Irwin family, mate, I reckon they give it a good crack. They wrestle, bloody alligators. They handle snakes and spiders. I reckon that'd be a breeze for any of them.
Yeah, I could see Robert Irwin in there with a snake, and he chokes some guy with the snake, and
hell yeah,
like it's right there.
The creativity.
Yeah, not bad, right? Not bad. I should be like a writer. I could be. I could. Well, who are the writers? Like, who writes this thing?
The writers.
I couldn't tell you. I don't even know. I think they shuffled through them. I don't even know if any of them are still there from when we were there, right?
They're just random people in a room, and they say, okay, what are we going to, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's all happens in a room that we don't know what goes on in that room.
Right.
In the writer's room, obviously. But yeah, they help write the show.
I would have thought you guys or wrestlers in general would lobby the writers. They're like, okay, I want to do this. Let me do that. They do?
Yes.
100%. Yeah. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't.
So what,
it depends on who you are.
The wrestlers kind of befriend the writers, or, you want to go out for a coffee and just talk about life? And then they'll say, I want to kill that girl.
Oh.
How does this lobbying take place?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if asking them out for coffee would work. I don't know. I think they just kind of bombard them at TVs and kind of get them in a corner and it'd just be annoying, really.
Right.
Squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yes, that's right. When you guys are in your characters, is it like it's almost like method acting? If you're in your characters for so long, is it ever sort of difficult to sort of get out of character and be you?
For us, no, because our characters just are us. Especially when we're together, we are annoying. We have so much fun annoying people. That makes our day to get a reaction out of people. And that's just who we are on camera too. So people kind of, when they realize that, they're like, oh, so that's not a character.
That's just their friendship, and they're crazy.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. What do you think? Does it upset you when people think that your characters, or just wrestling in general, and people say it's fake and it's not real? Is that to a wrestler? Is that sort of hard to hear?
Yeah, I think so. Just because there's a lot that goes into being a professional wrestler. You're putting so much stress on your body just by training and, wrestling in matches. It's also tough being on the road, being away from friends and family, living out of a suitcase. And then also, like, it's a mental struggle. You're always thinking about, wrestling gear and boots and moves and ideas for entrances and all that kind of stuff. There's so much that goes into it. And it's such a physical sport. It really is. It does take a toll on you in every way possible.
Oh, for sure.
So I just think people don't understand how much work it really does take to sustain a career in this business as well.
Yeah, it kind of feels like some people like just disrespectful towards it as like a hobby. You know what I mean? Like it's just a fun troll or something like that. Whereas like you guys are athletes. You guys are athletes, and I feel like often
100%.
wrestlers don't get that credit.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, totally agree with you. It's like the showmanship can take away from the athletes and what they do in the ring time and things. But it's everything combined into one. And, it's this incredible TV show that has everything you're looking for. I just think people that say that maybe just don't understand it, don't relate to it as much. Yeah.
Have you guys ever got any gnarly injuries while you've been fighting?
Nothing crazy, thankfully.
Did you see Zoe Stark in the ring the other day?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Just text me straight away, and I was like, oh, God, poor thing. Like, you don't ever want to see someone go down with an injury. I couldn't even look at it.
That was heartbreaking. Yeah. Awful to see. Definitely nothing like that, knock on wood, has ever happened. I separated a rib one time. That was about it. It was a triple threat match, and I was laying down, and Bianca Belair did a moonsault on me, and then Talia ran in and drop kicked her, and then I just got a little bopped on my rib, and I went, ugh.
Ouch.
So that was about it.
Oh wow, yeah. You guys have been lucky because it's like kind of it's a dangerous sport. You know what I mean? I feel like it's not regarded as such, but it's a dangerous sport.
No, it is, and people always get like major injuries on like the most basic stuff is when it seems to happen. So we have been very lucky because our repertoire is quite basic.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Karrion Kross, I was reading something he was saying the other day. He was talking about Logan Paul and saying that like Logan Paul, he's good at it or whatever, but it's kind of like such a big star will take away screen time and attention from lesser known lifelong wrestlers who this is their career. And it's great that a big celebrity can come in and, make the sport bigger. But he also is a bit concerned for the wrestlers who now are kind of like given the bad end of the stick.
Yeah, I can agree with it. I think it's all what your perspective is on the industry, but that's so subjective. So it really, everything in wrestling is an opinion, and you just have to form your own. And that's obviously his opinion. I don't feel like super strongly about it, though. If I was to put myself in his position, because he's, the male version, when we were there, Ronda Rousey was champion, and it's like, okay, yeah, none of us kind of girls on the mid card were getting any sort of opportunities, even remotely close to that. So it is hard at times, but you do have to think about this is a huge business, and like now we're seeing the wrestlers getting mainstream opportunities, and potentially if we didn't have Ronda come in, or if Logan wasn't there, they wouldn't have that influence where people are getting bigger opportunities. But it's an opinion, and everyone's, you just have to make your own.
I like that attitude. I think you're right. I think the rising tide lifts all ships or whatever it is. Also, another wrestler I wanted to talk to you guys about is John Cena. Did you learn that he's had a hair transplant?
Yes! Because I want one. I was very excited to hear that. Yeah,
Don't get us started.
Hairline.
Don't get us started, mate. She's been talking about this. No.
Are you serious?
Not. I mean, look, in a perfect world.
What, you put it some more here at the front here?
Yeah, okay, but also I'm postpartum, so I've lost a bunch of hair at the front here. So when like my hair's off my face, I've already got a big forehead, I've already got, a tough hairline. So yeah.
You need John Cena's doctor's number.
I do. Yeah. I do.
Can you get it for us?
Yeah. Yep. I'll figure that out for you for sure. Hey, I wanted to talk about the end of your WWE time. What was it like sort of when you were released? Obviously, like that's like just getting sacked from your job. That sucks. How's it been sort of like emotionally? As I said before, you started in Australia, you achieved your dreams over here in America at like a young age. And then when you sort of like, then you have to leave the organization. How do you then like emotionally go, what next for me? Like I've done what I set out to do. Now were you feeling a bit lost, or talk me through that time?
Oh my gosh, I feel like you go through every single emotion that there is. I mean, there's the initial shock. Then for me, I got really like upset for a while, but in a way where I felt like I had let my family down for some reason, because they were always my biggest supporters and really like helped me make this dream come true. So when I got released, I just felt like a failure for a very long time. And you kind of have to go through those emotions. Luckily, I've got Cass by my side, so we were like each other's rock, at that time more than ever, to really kind of like talk about what we wanted to do next professionally and in our personal life as well, because we did go on to, start a family, which is something that we had both always dreamed of. And now we both have a passion for acting. We're both pursuing that as well. So it really was like the 7 stages of grief. And I think you have to really go through each stage to kind of like get the perspective and get the insight to like your life and what you want to do after a chapter like that closes. But it was definitely a tough time. But, I look back now and I'm just incredibly happy with my life now. Like I have a beautiful son. My husband's incredible. I'm working my ass off on things that I want to achieve in my career. So I feel like if everything happens for a reason, and you just got to ride that wave.
Right. Facts. I agree.
Yeah.
What else are you like looking? You said you were taking acting classes. You're both taking acting classes now? So you guys could be back, like not even in the ring, like you could be in Hollywood. Like you should play like a tag team female duo, like in the WWE. You could act out those roles.
I know. It's my dream for us to be in a buddy cop movie together.
Oh, Starsky and Hutch.
We're trying to make it happen. Oh my gosh, yeah. But we've been doing acting classes for years now. We audition. That's another passion that we found and loved, and we both work our asses off for that. So we're hoping that certain opportunities come to us. That's something that we would love to do. That's just a lovely career that we would like to have as well.
And are you still sort of like pursuing wrestling as a potential future, sort of like if the WWE called, you'd go back?
This is the thing, right? We grew up wrestling fans, so we still love it. My husband has a wrestling school here in Florida called Flatbacks. We are at Flatbacks training multiple times a week. Like, we still do it. We still love wrestling. We go to training. We have the best time. We still do independence. And now that we're both not pregnant and we're both like, our families are made, and we're kind of getting back on that horse, and we're making sure we're prepared for whatever opportunity comes our way that we would want to say yes to.
You're staying ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah, exactly.
You could come back as the yummy mummies now,
Oh my God, that's so good. The yummy mummies. Hilarious.
God. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. All right, final few questions. Have you ever had any sort of like weird or creepy fan requests or experiences?
Oh. I've heard a lot of stories, but I don't know if we've ever had any.
Yeah, thankfully we've been pretty lucky. I'd say the worst thing is sometimes you get a fan mail to your house, which is very creepy. And it's like, how did you get that? And it's just like, you've got a family, and it feels like a huge invasion of privacy. So that is a top one for me.
They know your
address. But I know some people have had it really bad.
Like what? Just like people following them.
I feel like, we've never had anything like that happen. And unfortunately, there are, like I said, some people that have had some really serious things happen to them. I don't know. We're always together. So I don't know if like by numbers, we're like always like two against one. Also, we have rules when we were traveling on the road. Like, we would listen to crime podcasts when we would be driving at like midnight to the next town. And it would terrify us so much that whenever we got out of the car, we were looking, we were like locked on. We had keys ready. We were ready to like swing. We wouldn't let anyone in the elevator with us. We'd check in. We'd say, don't say our room number out loud. Give us multiple keys. We don't like the look of that guy over there. She's giving us the eye. We'd be like on high alert. So I don't think we ever, I don't know, we were just always very aware of our surroundings. We just take care of each other when we're on the road, really, as much as we can.
That's great. That's great. I was thinking about this question because of the one gorilla versus 100 men sort of hypothetical. But do you think if it was 10 WWE athletes versus 2 UFC in like a ring, do you think that the WWE people could you think you could hold your own?
Yeah.
I think so.
Still elite athletes.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, their background prior to pro wrestling was like MMA and martial arts.
100%.
So just because they're like UFC has this like standard of fighting, I guess, but professional wrestlers are well-rounded as well.
There are a lot of legit
totally
badasses. I wouldn't mess with a lot of people, so I would definitely 100%. Choose the 10 superstars or the 100 superstars. Yeah,
I love that. I love that answer. Where are you heading now, Cass? You're coming to us from the car.
I know. I had a last minute appointment that came up and I just couldn't reschedule it and I got out in time, but I wouldn't have had time to get home. And so I'm just going to go home. This
is my first car interview. This is good. This is like a mobile.
I know. I really hate this too. I feel so unprofessional, but I've got a couple Amazon packages I need to return. So I'll probably stop by UPS on the way.
Do you find it hard when you go back to Australia? Do you find it hard to drive on the left side of the road?
Oh my God, I just went back in April and my poor mother, I almost gave her a heart attack. I was on the wrong, twice in the one trip I went on the wrong side.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm normally pretty good about it because I know the driver stays in the median, but this one was just a bit tricky. The road was narrow. I didn't really have any other cars to follow. And then I got to the intersection and I was like, oh, I'm on the wrong side. That's my bad.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, hey, guys, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It's been so nice to meet you, to get to know you. You're over here. You're dominating for Australia. Love to see. And it sounds like, the future is really bright for you guys. So good luck to you. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, too. Yeah. This was a lovely chat.
It really was.
Thank you so much.
It's nice, right? It's nice, getting to chat about Australia. A lot of Australians that I chat to who live over here don't chat about Australia very much or to an Australian very much. And so it's it's nice to relate.
We love it. We love to talk about it. Anytime you want to have a chat, mate, just give us a ring.
Yeah. We'll go to dinner or something when we're in LA.
Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good. Love it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys.
So nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Christina.
Cotton, mate, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Happy Pride.
I saw you were at the Pride parade yesterday.
You gotta be.
Were you all glittered up with wings on and everything?
Yes, I wore colour. I wasn't too glittered this year. I didn't go too hard this year. Last year I was more all over it, but this year I just popped in and then popped out.
It's a scene there in West Hollywood.
It's the best. It's the best scene.
Yeah, it's busy.
Yeah, you don't like busy.
I don't like busy.
What are you doing in LA if you don't like busy?
That's why I moved to somewhere quiet by the beach.
By the beach, Venice.
All right, what do you got for me this week down under?
This week down under, big news down under.
Okay, tell me.
So I know you're a fan of this case, the mushroom case.
The mushroom case is a very interesting, I'm not sure, it should be world news.
Actually, I just pitched it to my editor. I think it's about to go world news.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because of you.
Because of me.
Yes.
Because of us here at TMZ. Yeah. So for those who don't know, it's an Australian woman, Erin Patterson. She's been accused of killing 3 of her relatives and gravely injuring another with a toxic mushroom meal. So she poisoned them for lunch one day.
And...
No.
Allegedly. But also...
I had to just add that in there. Allegedly.
Yeah. But it looks, writing's on the wall. They weren't her relatives either. They were her exes.
Ex-relatives.
Which,
yes.
I mean, it's relevant. They were
It is.
ex's parents, is it? And
her ex's parents and a aunt.
someone else,
Another in-law.
But the
family,
ex himself, he wasn't there, though, the guy, wasn't
No.
he? So she served him like a beef Wellington, I think it was?
Yes, beef Wellington for allegedly. Beef.
Well, no, she definitely served him a beef Wellington.
But allegedly, we're doing great. Allegedly put poisonous mushrooms in them.
Right. But she says she got him like, she was just like picking wild mushrooms or going to the Asian grocery and stuff.
Yeah. But so her trial has started. She's been silently sitting in the dock for the past 5 weeks.
Right.
But she took the stand yesterday in Australia.
What'd she say?
So she said a lot. She said, where are we? So she was very concerned that her relationship with her estranged husband Simon, had soured. So she had become to have these concerns that Simon was not wanting me to be involved too much with the family. Perhaps I wasn't being invited to many things. She also told the jury that she was struggling with her body image, planning on having weight loss surgery.
What's this got to do with her poisoning this guy?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what she said on the first day. It's only day one.
I just wonder what they're trying to get to. The fact that
yes, I know what you mean. She then talks about her religion. So she was a fundamental atheist before the couple met. And she tried to convince her estranged husband to follow suit. But in fact, it reversed and she became a Christian. And then they went to her first church service, which was led by Simon's uncle, Ian.
Okay.
Which is one of the people she allegedly injured.
But he didn't die
He didn't die, but his wife died.
Okay.
And then the wife's sister, Don and Gail Patterson, that couple.
God, man. So they're probably going to decide whether she's guilty or not, pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think it's
pretty... And then she also said she had a spiritual experience after her first church service.
But, did she poison him or not? I don't know. What are they trying to,
she's still saying no. She's saying denying it.
But I've found God, so please don't find me guilty. I would never do this because I'm religious. I don't know. It looks guilty to me.
Okay.
What else you got for me?
What do you feel about hecklers?
Hecklers?
In a comedy show?
Probably not. If it's crowd work, then okay.
Okay. Well, an Australian disability campaigner has been slammed because she was heckling at a show in Britain. She was over at the Moth Club in Hackney in London's Inner West, and there was this comedian who was talking about diabetes, and he poked fun at people who wear glucose monitors. And she didn't like it. She called him out for it in the middle of the crowd and was just like, that was a shit joke. I have type 1 diabetes. That was extremely insensitive and misinformative. And he was talking about I don't know about diabetes and the machines they use, but he was talking about the hypoglycemic.
You got a little pack on you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So I don't mind. I don't like hecklers so much, but I don't mind her standing up for herself.
I agree.
Yeah, but I also find it she's probably sucks that she does that as well, but I understand
Well, he fought back and he was basically called her insensitive, and she's taken to TikTok and shared her thoughts, and people are half on her side, but people are also saying you're being insensitive with this.
Yeah.
So, it's a hard one with comedians. I feel like
you're making it about you when it's supposed to be about the comedian on stage. But if it's a very personal, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I wouldn't heckle.
I wouldn't heckle. Would I heckle if? No, I would never heckle.
If it's something really insensitive, if it's a racist joke about Italians.
Are you Italian?
I am.
You're Italian. Okay.
I am, but I still wouldn't get up there and be that was racist.
You'd stand up with your fingers oh,
yeah,
hey,
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Well, now, that's probably a mean joke for you now too. All right, is that it?
That's it.
Oh, what a episode.
Do you love it?
Oh, what an episode.
Thanks, mate.
Well, thank you very much for joining me, Christina.
Anytime.
And we'll see you guys here next week. Goodbye.
Bye.